Now, all we need to do to follow... How could the Crown Prince of Carcosa possibly be on the other side of this door? Oh, he is. Horse. Oh, no, Jane. You do not get to pretend you do not know his name. If the horse's name is Horse. We're back again to play some games. It is Sunday, which means it's Sunday Seduction, a series on my channel where I play a random romance game. And today we have a demo that just dropped today as of filming. Save the Villainess. The developer reached out to me earlier this month, or last month, to let me know about this new game they're developing. You play, or you control a villainess in a terribly written novel. Terribly written. And it is your job to keep the villainess from dying. If you enjoy the video, make sure you wishlist the game on Steam. I'll leave a link to that in the description. And also support the Kickstarter that also started today as of filming. I'll also leave a link to the Kickstarter in the description. So let's jump in. What's that? The butterfly effect? I mean, butterfly effect. All my choices matter. What? Why are you swinging at me? Yeah. Stop swinging that thing at me. I'm a spring baby. You are of spring. Yes. The time when floods best wash over... Oh, that got dark. I don't know nothing about no floods. Unfortunate. Excuse you. What is that? Do you feel that something is lacking? Like what? You would like some way to make this more about you? Yes. Very well. Your tastes are the highest priority. It's the truth. Yeah. Something that takes on the flavor of all around it. If you say so. What taste it can carve of its own must be vigorously added. You say put a bunch of seasoning on it? I can see the resemblance. You think I resemble a chicken? You think I'm bland? The heck? This sign is kind of rude, don't you think? You have exquisite taste in your mouth anyway. Yeah, ... Get on my face sign. We got beef. This is a weird sign, weirdo. More focus on your desires. That time has passed after all. Yours is not the only story. Weirdo sign? The heck? Wheel of Fortune? The purpose of existence is that one should become conscious. Carl Jung. I'm at a tea party. Why are your eyes doing that? Why are your eyes blinking, shining? Emperor? What would you wish the world to be shaped by? Justice. I don't know. You value correcting wrongs? Sure. I mean, there's a lot of wrongs in the world right now. It is always interesting to see what is fixed by undoing harm and what is broken. I don't drink tea, by the way. No, thank you. Okay, bye. Your eyes are doing the same thing. Hermit. What do you do when faced with a challenging problem? Sleep. Sure. There are more ways to solve a problem if you have no restrictions. If you do not mind what other problems are created along the way. I don't want your tea. I don't want your tea. So the Emperor, Hermit, aren't these tarot cards? Yeah. Which is more important to you? To find love through forgiveness, to love yourself in your own strength. Find love through forgiveness. I ain't forgiving nobody, let alone loving them. Loving and respecting yourself can help you overcome many trials. Are you willing to extend that love and respect to others as well? Maybe. If they're nice enough. I don't want your tea. No, I don't want my tea either. Oh, he's back. Like, how do we end up in this situation anyway? Protecting a villainess. Hey, what happened to you? Where am I? Who am I? And why am I in a strangely moving carriage? You're bleeding from the neck. A strangely moving carriage with comfortable seat cushions. Very comfortable seat cushions. I almost feel as though this carriage is resting on an elephant. Resting on an elephant on top of very big... You describe things weird. Elephants atop an even bigger tortoise as it slowly swims through space. What are you saying right now? No, I will not be distracted. Why would you describe it that way? Why don't I remember anything? After all, while I know that I sleep soundly, this entire situation is very strange. Hold on, I do remember something. I know that I sleep soundly. Are we going in circles, girl? Unfortunately, that is not exactly the most useful knowledge to remember. Perhaps I recall something else if I think deeply. What else do I remember? I know that I can catch feet fish. What? With my amazing dancing skills. But this fact is not going to be useful to me right now. I have more immediately important things I need to remember. For one, what kind of person was I? Can you remember your name first? That's the first thing people think of. Why am I traveling somewhere in a slow-moving carriage on lush, comfortable, yet oddly ominous cushions? Why are you so fixated on the cushions? And why is my neck so sore? That's also important. If I reach up to touch it, you're bleeding. Yeah, you're bleeding. Real bad. Real bad. Well, now I have another question. Feet fish is crazy. Why is my hand covered in blood when I touch my neck? Is someone trying to kill me right now? Are these incredibly large cushions? Girl, what is up with you and these cushions? Large cushions murder weapons? Why do I know how to murder someone with a cushion? I have to calm down. Yeah, I need to go back to sleep or something. You tweaking right now. If I'm going to survive and determine what happened, I have to be serene. Which is hard to do when your neck is covered in blood. Serene. Think serene thoughts. At least my head is still attached to my strangely sore neck. Not for long. What is that? Why is there a guillotine right there? Because apparently, I know what it would be like to have my head not be attached to my neck. Oh golly. This is not helping my serenity. Serene. I am serene. I have a head. I have a neck. They are delightfully connected. I have to keep my head. I have to keep my head. You have to. Losing my head would be fatal, figuratively and literally. I am vulnerable, injured, and cannot remember anything remotely useful. For real. I need to find some information that can help me. Girl, you got an ID? Or is there no IDs in this time period? I don't know when ID started. Even if this carriage is moving very strangely, something has to be making it move. You don't hear those horses? I can hear the horse pulling it, and if horses are pulling it, someone must be guiding them. So if I yell out the window, howdy! That's odd. The window does not appear to open. Okay, just yell anyway. Perhaps if I yell loudly, the driver will hear me. Go for it. Hello, Mr. Carriage Driver. Could you please tell me where we're going? He's not answering me. Girl, you gotta break the window. Well, if the driver is not doing his job properly, I suppose he would choose not to answer me. So I have realized, with my extensive memory of about 10 minutes, okay. If you want to get something done, do it yourself, break the window. So what should I investigate first? Why are you sad about it? Me and this sign have beef, for real. What the heck? Oh, you again. So you need a little additional assistance? One might even say help. As always, I live to serve. You don't seem happy about it. For certain definitions of serve and live. Capturing Hearts, a guide. The Villainess Survival Guide. Okay, read it to me. Read it. What is that? What is that flying at me? Oh, just darkness. Just a dark void. Don't throw books at me. I don't appreciate that. no. Congratulations. You have found yourself in possession of one villainess. In order to help your villainess succeed, you will need to know the following information. It's a long book. Not really, it's only 13 pages, but still. So there's different, night and day. It is harder to see in the nighttime. Also, people are more likely to try to murder you. On the positive side, at least your terrifying nightmares and heartfelt conversation with potential murderers might be useful. What? Many clues are easier to find if there is light and people are awake to speak with you. Not all clues are helpful. Not all people tell the truth. The narrator will not be responsible for any injury, irritation, emotional complications, or prolonged rashes that result from gathering clues. That narrator ain't nothing. The combination of the sentiment represent an unusual time. Sometimes one's villainess might encounter a day that neither night or day. What kind of world is this? Strange things might happen when time is no longer in effect. Stranger than take it like from talking book. You want to be the okay. Choose my choices. The heart represents a love choice. Do you want romance for your villainess? Do you want something else? Should you care more about impending murder than manipulating emotions? Maybe. The red heart represents an affection raising choice. Is your dream to find love? When a love choice is made and you see red hearts rise into the air, love is being increased. Truly, love is all you need, so long as you do not care about pesky details like staying alive. Heartbreak. Do you hate romance? When a love choice is made and you see a black heart break and fall, love is being decreased. There are a few things more satisfying than reveling in others' misery. Let them all eat little cakes. Detective choice. Do you like solving mysteries? Whether you do or not, you must survive. If you make incorrect deductive choices, your villainess will face a terrifying ending. But perhaps there are things you can only learn when all hope is lost. Is this the type of game where dying not helps you, but you learn more stuff after you die? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, butterfly effect. Do you like being right? I do indeed. When a deduction choice is made and you see a purple butterfly fly upwards, you make a correct deduction. You can then bask in smug satisfaction until the next murder attempt. Do you enjoy failure? When a deduction choice is made and you see a red butterfly fly downwards, you make a deduction that will lead to failure. However, some failed deductions will have unusual consequences if you don't mind the risk of death. Got it. But is it just me, or does this freaking narrator have beef with me? Wait, do you believe you already know it all? Yeah, part of me wants to skip. The gamer in me wants to skip and just do it myself. So what should I investigate first? Your forehead. I don't know what's up with you and these cushions, but check the cushions because you're so obsessed with it. Cushions cannot be this beautiful and this terrifying without having secrets hidden in them. I mean, maybe you'll find like some money between the cushions. I will find everything you are hiding from me, even if I have to rip you apart by hand. Huh? See, I think and why did I take damage from that? The cushions sparkle harder. Are they harming me? Is my HP going down? Yeah, the cushions and furniture are not a danger. Maybe she just has beef with furniture? What the heck? Can you stop talking about them? They're not that expensive, I'm sure. Not enough to fund a nation. Whoever I am, I know when something is expensive, even though, based on my condition, I am not an expensive person. Therefore, this is not my beautiful carriage. This is not my beautiful ride. Okay. Weirdo. Yeah, why would this owner of this expensive carriage want to provide comfort to me? Girl, let go of the cushions, I beg. Let go of the cushions. What is that? Oh, that's so I made a good decision. I was injured, ragged, and about one gust of wind from being blown away into the sky before getting on his carriage. Actually, let me save. There we go. I was not well enough to sneak onto this carriage and could not have gone in here by accident. Another reason that I could not have sneaked into this carriage is that even though the driver does not seem to care about me, he must know I am here. I even called out to him. That means that someone has deliberately placed me in this carriage and on these cushions. Oh my god. There she goes again. This means that someone removed me from the place where I've been harmed to put me on these terrifying, comfortable cushions, even though I look and feel as ragged as my dress. Are you done? Also, this means it's a weird night, isn't it? It's a weird night. The person who brought me, a weird night, a weird, mixture of night and day. The person who brought me here, my patron, did not treat my injuries or provide me with new clothes or a bath, but perhaps they thought the cushions would cure me. I think you're... Oh my god. I'm so done with this girl. What's up with her? What anyone knows if I took the cushions with me when I left? They are the only support I have right now. Just defeated you. I mean, if it makes you chill out, take the cushion. The heck? Oh my goodness. This girl is hilarious. Surely I can learn something useful from where we are traveling. So let's see what the current is hiding. Forest. I didn't tell you to put it all the way up. Open the curtain, staring out the side window was not my most useful idea. Well, it's better than finding the cushion. There are so many trees, but even with those strange flickering lights, it is too foggy and dark to see much of anything, including the front of the carriage. Someone must be driving me, but there is something very strange about the way we are moving. The carriage is moving so slowly that I cannot feel the ground moving beneath us. It almost feels as if we're going back and forth in the same place. The driver has also never spoken to me, even when I yelled to get his attention. Should I be concerned? Yeah, break the window. Yeah, I didn't hire this guy. As beautiful as this carriage is, it obviously belongs to someone with a lot of money. I do not seem like the kind of person who would own this carriage. And the driver is not treating me as if I am paying his wages. Servants listen to the person who is paying them. If the driver is not listening to me, then you're not his boss. He might not have my best interests in mind. What should I investigate? You don't got no ring, you ain't married. I knew I was injured earlier and had blood on both my right hand and my neck. Perhaps I can learn more by looking closely at my hands. Does it? This does not make any sense. There was blood on my hand. I know there was. I mean, if you touch your neck where the blood was and then grab your dress again. Oh wait, the blood's gone. I need to touch my neck again. This is bizarre. Not only is the blood without a source, there no longer seems to be any blood at all. I cannot feel any injuries. I cannot even detect any bandages or stitches to stop the bleeding I felt. Even the blood that was there earlier is gone now. My hand and neck are completely clean. Oh, there was a ring. There used to be a ring. So what does my left hand have to offer? Well, this hand has no blood on it, imaginary or otherwise. It's a little dirty right here. I have neither calluses nor scarring. Whatever that word is. I have also never dug dirt with these nails. These are not the hands of someone who spent a lot of time using them for anything other than gesturing. I feel as if whoever I am, like crooking fingers at people. Crooking? Like that? What's that? What's crooking mean? The finger crooking muscle is well developed. But why is there a faded circle around the bottom of my fourth finger? An engagement ring? Yeah, a ring. Why would I have a ring mark on the fourth finger of my left hand unless an engagement ring? Or maybe you had a husband, I don't know. Was I engaged? Exactly. Married? Unless this is the plot of a very naughty book, I'm sure that a lover would not have me tossed half naked and injured into a cage by myself. At the very least, one would think I would still have a ring or some sign of their support. I am deeply afraid that my taste in lovers was very much like the state of my body right now. A mess. They both stink. So all that's left is her forehead, right? Well, when I investigate my body, my feet hurt enough for me to wonder whether or not they are still attached. The good news is that my feet are still attached to the rest of my body. The bad news is that there is definitely a reason for my feet to be hurting. No shoes? For free? I hate this. I hate disrespecting the ominous cushion, but the luminous cushion. But this is the only place with enough light to see my feet. Unfortunately, not only are my feet filthy, there's a strange and consistent bruising around my ankles. The bruises hurt and seem to be recent, based on the colors. The little animation of her jumping up there. How did I get a ring of bruises around my ankles? Looks like you're tied up. Never put your feet inside a bear trap. Something was attached to my feet. Come on now. There you go again. Dang, for free? No matter how hard I grip my ankles, I cannot possibly create this kind of damage. This looks like something was attached to my ankles, like a rope. Something that was heavy and hard, or shackles, whatever it's called. Something that was heavy and hard enough to badly bruise them. Girl, how long have we been here? Are we going anywhere? Was I shackled? What happened to me? More importantly, how did someone with heavy shackles on their ankle manage to get out of those shackles? So what would be the one job I could have that would allow me to be in and out of shackles regularly? It's no job. If I am a failed magician, I'm going to be very angry. This girl is so weird. She talks in circles. She's not that smart, and she has a cushion obsession. I mean, do they have pockets? Do they have pockets? Well, I will definitely not be able to find anything in my pockets. You don't have any. I'm sure they didn't make any dresses with pockets back here. Because I do not appear to have pockets. Yeah, I didn't think so. I doubt they made a dress with pockets back then. They barely do now. But when you do, when your dress has pockets, it's the best thing in the world. But I do not appear to have pockets. Unfortunately, this dress is even more mysterious than the lack of pockets. Why is someone riding a beautiful carriage wearing something like this? Oh, this is also a butterfly. The biggest mystery is, how did I not become naked trying to walk in this outfit? Man, my villainess sucks. How are these rags staying on my body? She's so confused. Do you even know your name? Come on, girl, we can do this. Still, I had to solve my immediate problem. Why am I riding in this fancy carriage while wearing this dissolving outfit? This dress looks like something that had survived numerous attempts to destroy it, and then was used to birth several puppies. The way you describe stuff is crazy. Hungry puppies. My head also hurts. Was I in this dress while it was attacked by hungry puppies? Was that something from one of the books I used to read? So apparently I read. That's probably useful to know. Yeah, reading is fundamental. In fact, this dress looks like something a beggar from a book would wear. It's a little more fancy than that. I mean, just looking at it, even though it's tore up, just looking at it, you can tell that she's from nobility. Or something like that. High status. But when I look closer, the dress appears to have once been very beautiful. This was not cheaply made, exactly. This dress also appears to have been damaged not just by wear, but by force. The dress and I have also not been washed for weeks, based on the overwhelming smell of stinky. If I am in this fancy carriage, why could I not change out of this ragged dress? What happened to me? I don't know. I just want to get out of here now. I could not change before because I was a prisoner. Yeah, prisoner. Based on the original quality of this dress, this was not made for someone who was poor. This was a dress made for a wealthy woman. Why is it in such terrible condition? Was I kept in a place where I could not clean myself or change into something else? A place like prison? I certainly feel tired and hurt enough to have been imprisoned. Hopefully I'm not being moved from one place to another. Even more importantly, I hope that wherever this carriage is going, they will allow me to wash myself and my dress. I don't know if you just want to wash that dress. I would just get a new one. Although I'm not sure whether of us will survive water at this point. Can we please get out of here? I beg. So what should I investigate? Get me out of this. I want to get away from this weirdo. For a second. No more investigation. It's time to... Okay, there we go. I have realized. No more... No more choices for you. I have learned my lesson. Left to your own devices, you will choose to fight cushions. Okay, it was just a moment of weakness. I'm sorry. I must find a way to convince you to make better choices. Do you understand what this is? What's this? How do I unlock that? I have no idea what's happening. No, not the concept of not knowing what you're doing. Do you understand what this is? This thing? This is a lock. You don't need to spell it for me. You don't need to spell it for me. I know how to read. What does the lock do? I know what it does. Condescending. Oh my goodness. Yes, it locks. In this case, one of your options is locked. Because of your previous terrible choices, the path that will proceed to a better future is close to you. I mean, no. That wasn't my fault. I probably had to click on everything anyway, I feel like. Should you make clever choices, or rather, if the villainess makes clever choices, a better path will be unlocked and available. Do not be too eager to ignore the path that will end in failure. In the world of many possibilities, there are some things you can only learn when all hope is lost. Will you lock yourself to the story you most want to hear? Or can you open yourself to the truth? Boy, whatever. Get out of my face. I have realized. So now that you... Well, the truth is, I don't know what's happening. Because I don't feel like she's in danger. She's already out the danger. I do not know what I'm doing or where I'm going. I do not even know my name. Was I a prisoner? Was I a failed escape artist? That's the truth. We don't know. We can get anything from our little investigation. All we know is that we had a ring on our finger. We were trapped, or we were tied up somewhere. That's about it. We don't know where they're going, where we're going, or anything like that. It's the truth. Okay, yeah, I made the wrong decision. I'm sorry, girl. I made the wrong decision. Well, I cannot remember my name. I still remember I still remember power. Unfortunately, I also know that I currently have none. I was injured and in prison. Lost a long-term engagement or marriage. Also, now you're smart. And I'm currently traveling in an unknown location surrounded by ominously comfortable cushions. Never mind. However, this is not how I always lived. I was obviously once wealthy. My clothes are only still attached to my body because they were made of fine, expensive material. How else would they survive both prison and hungry puppies? Oh my goodness. Are you smart or stupid? On the literal other hand, my poor fingers have obviously never faced a choice more serious than which servant to crook my pointed finger at before I wound up here. So how did I go from luxury to misery to this beautiful carriage? After using my investigation genius, I can safely say it is because I used to be someone with wealth and spectacular taste in lace. Yet I was somehow imprisoned by a powerful enemy, possibly because they were offended by my sense of style. Okay, you're like... It's like, are you smart? Or are you stupid? What's up with my villainess? Just weird. However, someone with even more power and greater respect for lacework rescued me out of prison and placed me in their expensive carriage. This information I can use to survive. Or at least, I can use this information if I was not trapped in a carriage ride to nowhere, with a driver who refuses to speak to me. I need a moment to think. Whoa. I wasn't expecting you to look so different when you backed out. I mean, you think very prettily. You think very prettily. I could have sworn I saw a light in the window. Am I imagining things? For a moment, I felt more real and less like a creature lost in a strange dream. More importantly, was that light someone coming to meet the carriage? That gives me an idea. I know that the patron who pulled me out of prison had the power to rescue me and put me in this gold-lined carriage. This means my patron has both money and political power. If only I could borrow some of that patron's power, a power that people obviously respect. Are we done? Is the carriage stopping? I have a bad feeling about what the driver is planning to do by stopping in the middle of nowhere with no destination in sight. I have no way to protect myself with my dissolving dress, an unmovable yet ominous cushion. Yet I will have to find some other kind of power. With apologies to the revolution, I'm going to have to use the most ancient path to power. Name dropping the most powerful person I know, and who's that? Thank goodness you're here, Mr. Driver. I'm glad you came to speak to me about speeding up the pace of our journey. After all, when I look out the window, I can see the lights of my patron ahead. My patron is obviously impatient with how slowly we're traveling. At this rate, my patron will be here before you even reach the front of the carriage again, and that would be unfortunate for you. After all, while I support the right of workers to have needed rest, not all powerful people are so understanding. If my patron is already coming out to meet us, they might be concerned at the delay. Still, no matter what consequences you face for your bravery, I will support you. I will still be there for the revolution, comrade. Power to the workers who made the country and their carriage run. Is there anybody out there? Oh, he didn't like that. Did it work? I don't know. Now it's nighttime. I knew name-dropping the owner of the carriage was a way to survive. The rights of the working class are very important, but sometimes you need to have the power to purchase large carriages to make things happen. Okay, finally, I'm getting somewhere. Perhaps this time I'll even remain conscious. The purpose of existence is that one should become conscious. Chapter 2. The Tower. There is no coming to consciousness without pain. Uh-oh. What about it? What about it? Keep that away. Happily ever after. Why are you throwing words at me? Now, what does that say? Oh, Villainess. If this is a dream, it's a weird dream. There are so many stories that can take you on journeys to your dreams and nightmares. You imagine yourself the heroine in every one of them. I think I make a pretty good heroine. Put me in a story. Do you remember? Do you remember your sanctuary from the cruel, unforgiving world? Do you remember the hours spent reading until your eyes were dry? You could no longer weep? Dang, just spinning around. So many charming stories featuring swooning sweethearts who could overcome all obstacles to their love. You have spent countless hours with perfect princes, icy northern dukes, and charming childhood friends. Not for us, but for, what was that? But it is easy enough to leave a story hanging. Can you do the same with your own life? Can you walk away when you are trapped in the story? You may not have realized, but you are trapped in a tale you once knew well. With the power to write your own story, what would you want for yourself? Power, love, or something else entirely? You are alone and do not know who or what you can trust. Do you seek to keep that isolation, or will you take the risk to reach out? Above all else, a single wrong choice, a moment of inappropriate hesitation, and you will not live to leave this cursed story. Grim Reaper. If you protest that sweet story should not have such dangers, remember that not everyone in such tales can be loved by the creators. In the magic of storytelling, for the heroine to succeed, there must be something to succeed against. If there is a heroine, there must also be a villain, or a villainess. However, the devil is in the details. So who's the hero of this story if I have the villainess? All hope is not lost. Perhaps you can shine a light on what is wrong with this world. What is the balance between your sins and your glory? Trust your judgment, or be weighted as undeserving. Court. I just left court. And Danganronpa. Shall we remember the tale you have forgotten? Shall it end as it began? The story awaits. And this story better not suck. Somebody's out to kill her. But who's the heroine? I mean, if I have the villainess, there has to be like a main character who's not me, or who's not her. Is this even her story then? Oh, I don't know. Once upon a time, there was a lovely heroine who wanted to be loved. Her golden locks and deep blue eyes showed that she was worthy of the kind of devotion that can only be found in dreams. Though she was but a commoner in the land of noble magicians, her power and beauty made her a flower rising out of the filth of her birth. All those who knew this heroine told her how special she was, and that she was destined to find love with one as special as herself. Yet her beloved was engaged to a wicked noblewoman. Us, or her, our character. Could the heroine capture her beloved's heart and win their happily ever after? First, the heroine had to overcome the most terrifying of opponents, her beloved's fiancé. That's not right. Why are you trying to steal my man? She ain't right for that. Does it feel as if you are getting nowhere? There are many stories, many truths in this world. This is the one you need to know now. Lady Jane Neville. Lady Jane? Is that her character? She deserves for harassing that poor commoner. Jane, that's her character. Conspiring against the kingdom, that wasn't me. He was cheating on me. This ain't right. This ain't right. Show me the blonde girl who stole my man. Order. I will order in this court. And show me my man. I gotta get him too. I'm proceeding over this trial, and I will have order. Lady Jane Neville, you stand accused of harassing a promising and productive citizen of the great kingdom of Carcosa. Do you believe yourself to be above the law? Do you understand the seriousness of your situation? You have no defenders. There are no supporters to speak for you, and your own fiancé has cheated on me and left. If I might interrupt. Not until the verdict is pronounced. This is an impartial court. Lady Jane must be sentenced to execution for harassment? Whoa. I didn't even harass that girl. It wasn't even me. I insist. As the fiancé of Lady Jane Neville, I invoke my legal right to speak to her fate. Proceed. Does the court truly wish to make such a quick decision on her fate? To truly reflect on and understanding her actions, she must be removed from the situation. I call for exile, please. That's much better than execution. All I did was bully the girl a little bit. Order. I will have order. By his rights and the laws of Carcosa, the fiancé of Lady Jane Neville has determined her sentence. Lady Jane Neville is hereby condemned to exile. So all this time, you are the one who planned this. My fiancé. My beloved. My betrayer. Exile for one without support is the same as execute. It's a little better. How attached are you to your head, my lady? Jane. What in the name of ominous cushions was... Here she goes. I think I just barely survived a potential murder attempt from my silent carriage driver. What do you mean? Was that murder attempt connected to my dream? My dream that I became the villainess in a terrible romance novel that I do not remember reading? That will explain why I'm a rat-covered amnesiac who has a strong understanding of guillotines. Obviously, a brilliant woman like me would normally play the role of the heroine, but someone must have decided that the villainess could use my investigative genius. This all means I am currently trapped in the body of Lady Jane Neville, a woman whose name has evil written right into it. Oh, right there, evil. So if I want to survive, I must use my investigative genius to determine who wants to get rid of Lady Jane. Well, her fiancé. And the blonde girl. Is everyone an answer? However, if this dream is true, then Lady Jane was mostly loathed by the heroine and Lady Jane's fiancé for being in the way of their romance. I said we kill both of them. I call for exile. Based on that dream, Lady Jane's fiancé obviously wanted her to die miserably in exile, only to have his plan foiled by a patron who broke Lady Jane out of prison. It does not take an investigative genius to see that Lady Jane's fiancé will want her dead if she has somehow escaped exile. Who are these people? How could a high-ranking noblewoman like Lady Jane Neville be in prison for bullying in the first place? That's what I'm saying. I just bullied her a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. It wasn't even that bad. Who cares? The important thing is that I find a way to survive this bad romance. Preferably by smothering all these people with cushions. Once I remember who they are. Serene. I am serene. I am much more smarter and better looking than a terrible writer of an adulterous romance. I am now Lady Jane Neville, and I will stop any murderous fiancé with both subtlety and my knowledge of bad romance novels. I just need to get out of this carriage first. I did not mean that I want to leave that quickly. Frankly, I would be more eager to stop if I could actually tell where we were stopping. I assume this is not another workers' revolt. Surely the driver cannot behave that suspiciously a second time. Can I leave this time? Am I meant to leave here? Please, I'm tired of being in this carriage because you keep obsessing over that freaking cushion. I have so enjoyed the conversation, Mr. Driver. I will miss them wherever it is I'm going. I cannot stay in the carriage forever. Let us hope the night holds something for us. Finally. She might have lost her mind in that carriage. Watch out for that bush. He's gonna stand behind that bush. Somehow, this view is even less appealing than it was when I saw it through the window. Wait. Are you planning to leave me here? Wherever here is. What am I meant to do now? Hope for enlightenment? Fine then. Let there be light. Huh? Oh, it's a mansion. And a crow. Did you know crows are really smart? And I heard they can mimic voices. They never do, but they can mimic human voices better than a parrot. That's what I heard. Well, that was not at all ominous. This place is not at all suspicious or murderous. What next? Will the dead now call for me? Come closer. Then yeah. Now, who are you? Got some lemon pepper steppers. No, don't get too close to me. Shiny. Who is you? Servant. Ah, this is much better. I have been waiting for you, Lady Jane Neville. What's good? Welcome to the house. So that confirms that the dream was real. I am trapped in the body of a villainess, with amazing hair and poor taste in men. It is reassuring to know that someone in this story is both polite and willing not to instantly murder me. Yet, if I am currently this story's villainess, how much can I truly trust this person? I must be clever, calm, and in control. I must find the perfect way to respond to the servant's welcome. This is a lovely house. Do you people often survive the night? Do people often survive the night here? Yes, for certain definitions of survive. Now what does that mean? That is very comforting. Y'all are weird. If by comforting, I mean afraid this is yet another person out to murder me for Lady Jane's past villainy. Maybe I should see if I can subtly learn their identity. I assume we'll be spending some time together. What should I call you that you will not make me... What should I call you that will not make you want to murder me? I am they who serves. I assume you don't want me to call for they who serves when I'm trying to survive the night here. If you are unable to translate serve into a name, servant will serve both of us. Maybe clever is an impossible goal for me right now. So instead, I should say something that sounds like I am a perfectly normal, non-villainous who knows how not to be suspicious. If this person is dressed as a servant, and I am supposed to be a noble lady, I should say, time is too important to waste. Am I allowed to rest? I don't know. Am I allowed to rest? This has been a difficult night. May I have a bed, a hot meal, An entirely new life, not necessary in that order. I'm currently unable to grant permission for soul transfers, but I am disappointed in your lack of ambition. It's the middle of the night, can I not go to sleep? If you must plead for permission, why not request a new world as well as a new life? Can I request a new world then? One without so much exile and adultery? You can request whatever you wish. So, will I get a new world if I ask for it? No. Are you paid to be mysterious? Not at all. I freely provide that service. I am unsure if you are just being mysterious, or if you're trying to delay before we enter the manor. Time is a terrible thing to waste. Shall we proceed? Let us see this charming house. I hope that it and you will meet all my needs. There is both what you need and what you believe you need. The house and I will provide one of these things. Yeah. Can we go inside? Everybody here is a weirdo. You? Her? You good? She ain't good. She's leaning. She's leaning. You good? Someone close that door. You good? Thank you. We good? You startled me. People come and go so quickly around here. Oh, this is me. I was like, why is it stuttering? People come and go as they must. Whether it is fast or slow is a matter of perspective. What? What? You mean how I'm doing this? You really think I'm stupid, don't you? I know, sir. I know, Mr. Narrator. I know. Save the villainess. You think I'm stupid. You really think I'm stupid. He said, of course you don't. Oh! What's that? Scared the heck out of me. What is that? Oh, his tail's kind of gross. Don't touch me. Do not touch me. Oh. The heck was that? Okay. Much like time. Obviously, I will not be spending... Oh my goodness. Obviously, I will not be speeding to my bedroom to rest if I cannot stop going around circles. Both literally and figuratively. So what can I say to move things forward? So this is the house? The house? As you can see, my lady, there are no other houses here. You think I'm stupid too. Therefore, this is the house. Certainly, everything about the situation is perfectly logical. However, can you tell me something useful? I'm tired, dizzy, and scared that I'll be strangled by pillows. I just want one helpful piece of information so I can sleep in peace. Those who are wise can find use in anything. Fools find use in nothing. I'm scared that things won't come back. I am not sure, my lady, I have anything of use for you. I have no idea what I know or do not know at this point. I need to find some information that will help me stay safe while living as Lady Jane Neville. I also need to find a way to earn this servant's trust so that they will support me against my murderous former fiancé. Maybe the still of flattery might help convince them to support me. This is a very lovely house that obviously does not always kill people under mysterious circumstances. Yes, I have said as much. I wish more people would appreciate the beauty of hardwood. I wish more people would appreciate the beauty of hardwood. Well, I appreciate hardwood. I can definitely look around and see how wonderful this house is. Yep, that's hardwood, alright. For instance, this is a perfectly normal ceiling. There is nothing strange about having wall paneling, wainscoting on it. Normal manors often have heavy wooden panels on their ceiling that might unexpectedly fall down at a moment's notice. That is correct, my lady, though I would suggest you be careful where you stand. Why? Is that the secret of the house? Does it destroy people by dropping unexpected wainscoting from the ceiling? That is mostly a matter of timing, and time is always relative. For all that servant speaks of time being relative, I feel that it is running out for me. So what can I do to extend the clock and learn what I need in order to protect myself? Perhaps I will learn more if I subtly show servant I am trustworthy. Speaking of timing, you can tell me anything, at any time. I am very trustworthy. Oh, how wonderful that you are very trustworthy. In which case, the secret of the house, yes, is that we barely have the wainscoting under control. What? It is very difficult to tend to places beyond my reach. I am both ashamed and impressed that you notice my inability to serve. This is beyond my ability to respond to. Wait, ignore the obsession with wainscoting. Servants said we. This is my chance to discover something useful. That is not the only thing I have noticed. By we, do you mean you and me? Are there others in this house? I mean, other than you, myself, and the wainscoting. Okay. Very clever, my lady. The inhabitants of this house vary, but they will become clear as you decide. Decide what? So there are other people in this house. I knew that light in the carriage window meant that someone was there. So does that mean my patron is here? Or is it someone else entirely? Is my former fiance lurking in the wainscoting while preparing to murder me? I don't know what wainscoting is. Give me a second, because y'all bring up way too much. It's cushions and wainscoting now. Oh, it's just wood. Is my former fiance lurking in the wainscoting preparing to murder me? Either way, I better make sure a servant is on my side and not tempted by fiancés lurking in the wainscoting. Oh, well, no one else here could possibly be as remarkable as you. Oh, my lady, in several hundred years, your bones will grow flowers as lovely as your long decaying— Why would you say that? Weirdo? On second thought, I hope I meet some of the other inhabitants soon. Who was Servant in the original novel? Was Servant someone important to the tale? Or just one of the unnamed background characters? Surely, even if I was Lady Jane, and I couldn't remember her past, Lady Jane could be forgiven for not remembering the name of a single servant, no matter how familiar they are with me. Unless they were her childhood nanny, her very young-looking childhood nanny. So, on a completely unrelated note, how do you feel about babies? Okay. They eat almost as voraciously as rats at a corpse. So, no babies. I appreciate your colorful descriptions. Do you know what else I would appreciate? The secret to controlling ominous cushions? No, well, yes, actually. But I would like to first get some sleep. Surely there must be some place in this house that is not covered in wainscoting. Well, surely there must be some place in this house that has a bed tucked in between the wainscoting. In that case, there is a room that might be of use to you. At this point, if it is full of neither wainscoting nor ominous cushions, I want you to lead me to it. I live to serve. Shall we indulge your taste now, my lady? Y'all are so weird! I am definitely ready for something to taste. And you're just gonna close up on the wainscoting. Why is that painting blank? It's not blank no more. Who the heck is that? Is this the bedroom where I shall be staying? What's up with that painting? What the heck? Why is this glowing? Oh, sorry. Go back. Of course, unless you prefer the hallway. She keeps smiling. I'm gonna keep it right there so I can see her. I can see her mouth. Of course, unless you prefer the hallway. Pardon me? Well, it is a beautiful hallway. You are welcome to stay in it as long as you like. As long as you don't mind what comes out of the wallpaper when you close your eyes. Huh? Serene. I am serene. Ah, serenity. I wonder what that feels like. Oh, me too. Now that we have something in common, I shall ask Servant a question to better understand what's happening in this house. After all, I'm supposed to be trapped in a bad romance, not in a horror novel. Yet it's clear that there is something very odd about this manor, or perhaps about Servant. To help me become serene, I have something I need to know. Why is this house so unusual? Do you usually see things that are not there? Do you usually see things that are not there? I can only see what can be seen. So everything you have mentioned is visible? I can only speak to my own view of the world. You claim to see things coming out of wallpapers, as well as rebellious wainscoting and murderous pillows. Perhaps you can tell me what you do not see. I cannot see your investigative ability. I'm not sure whether or not I was just insulted. However, the only thing worse than being insulted is having to ask whether or not you are being insulted. So, as I definitely understood your clever words, I am now ready to sleep and think about how clever you are. What a coincidence. I am ready to stay awake and think about the same thing. Well, I am ready to take my chances with whatever is beyond that door. Then, while the evening is spread out against the sky, let us go. After you, my lady. There is so much wainscoting in here. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce that word either. So the bed is placed against the wainscoting. Were the builders unable to stop creating wainscoting long enough to make a space for someone to sleep? Rest is temporary. Wainscoting is eternal. That seems like a design choice that will cause problems with wainscoting starts falling. That seems like a design decision that will cause problems when wainscoting starts falling on people just trying to sleep. As I said, rest is temporary until it becomes eternal. Well, temporary or not, I need some rest, although I would like to bathe first. While my thick coat of dirt and bruises might match decorating here, I do not want to sleep in this charming outfit. Now, what was that? What was that sound? It appears I have another concern as well. Based on the noise of my stomach, I need some way to fill my hunger. The bath has been prepared and the food is available to consume while you wash. Still, while the bath is available, I will not be joining you. I didn't want you to anyway. What? I cannot provide for all your appetites and needs. Excuse me? You're excused. Still, you will need to clean your body, and I didn't want you in my bath anyway. The heck? You will need to clean your body and thoughts on your own. Good evening, my lady. May you wake from your dreams. What do you mean by that? Oh my goodness. I am now afraid that if I blink, the room will disappear as Servant did. I must find the bath before this happens. The room looks as if a depressed brothel mated with an army of wood paneling. Where could a bath possibly hidden in this space? That makes both more and less sense than I expected. How'd they fit the bath in? You know what? Never mind. I am just grateful to be able to clean myself. Your stomach sounds crazy. If only I could do as well for my stomach. Where did that food come from? And why is it being held by a piece of What? Where did that food come from? And why is it being held by a piece of wainscoting? I'm too hungry to care. I'll be very upset if I am murdered by a frighteningly shiny apple in a wine glass full of apple juice. But at least my stomach will stop making terrifying noises. Well, at least that food was not wainscoting in disguise. So what do I do now? Am I meant to wear these rags to bed? Am I meant to sleep undressed? That is definitely a nightgown. I'm going to assume it was hidden in the bottom of the wine glass. What? Although I'm tired enough to have imagined the wainscoting dropping in front of me, I am not too tired to realize that this nightgown fits me perfectly. This is concerning. Why is there someone who knows so much about me while I know nothing about them? I still do not care. Those pillows look so comfortable that they will strangle me and I will die smiling. It is time to sleep. Oh my god. Oh, you're pretty. This window is very weird. I hope my new dreams are kinder and less stranger than the rest of my day. Good night. Now where you got me? Swamp? Not a swamp, just a forest. Huh? Oh, the first one. If I have to choose, the first one. First of all, I can't swim. I don't want to hang in the forest. That big tree. If I had to choose, you know? Oh, it's gonna be daytime. It's gonna be daytime. Good night, Mr. Moon. So I am unable to escape from this horror even in my dreams. Is this meant as an attempt at intimidation? Well, I do not respond well to intimidation. Or do I? I know I'm trapped in the story I read, but it's hard to remember who I was before this. Perhaps I was affected by whatever hurt Lady Jane. No, this is garbage. If I cannot remember my own past, must I be cursed with ominous warnings meant for someone else? Ha. Obviously, my tormentors do not know me very well. You don't even know yourself very well. After all, even if I do not know myself well, I know one thing. Whoever I am, even if I'm trapped in the body of the villainess that the story is determined to destroy, if you take away my arms, I will kick you. If you take away my legs, I will bite you. If you take away my teeth, my gums will make you bleed. I will not be defeated. I will find a way to escape this mad world. Good morning, world. Here I come. After I find some clothes that are not transparent in the light, where should I go to find clothing? I suppose I could go back to look in the dresser. Or the wainscoting could just drop an outfit in front of me, along with a large apple. I'm a little concerned about the house's obsession with providing me with apples, Is this saying I look like a roasted pig? Regardless, I will save an apple for the future in case there is somewhere with no wainscoting to provide me with food, as important as that seems. Y'all, At least I also now have a suspiciously well-fitting dress that will not suddenly tangle around my legs should I need to flee. The nightgown was beautifully made, but delicate things are not very useful when fleeing for your life. I will be a champion fleer in this dress. Let me see. Hey. So before I flee, I need to find more information about Lady Jane Neville and the people who want to kill her. There is no point in fleeing the suspicious house if I just walk instantly into the arms of Jane Neville's former fiancé. Who knows? It might not just be Jane's fiancé who wants to murder her. At some point, I need to see if she just has a murderable face. I shall explore this house and see if I can find its mysterious other residents and subtly learn what clues they can tell me. Then I will flee in my very fleeable dress. It's so comforting to have a plan. So where shall I go? What's up with this painting? That was not all unnerving. I assume the bedroom was glad to be rid of me. I can only hope that the rest of the house feels similarly. If so, I hope that I can quickly find the other inhabitants and get the information I need. This is strange. I could have sworn this hallway had another entrance. Yeah, I only see the door to the bedroom. Perhaps if I go back to the bedroom, I will find another exit that I missed. Oh. This looks strange. What's going on here? Where's Merlina? This is not the bedroom. Hello? Is anyone here? None of this seems right. You're right. If I look around, this seems like a manor, long deserted, not a house that is being lived in by multiple people. What's going on here? The Crown Prince. Huh? My fiance? What? Curtsy until you hit the floor. I don't know. Who is this voice? What? Who is this voice in my ear? Am I supposed to show respect? I want to see him. That's why I didn't run. I can see nothing unusual. Nothing unusual for this house, at least. How could the Crown Prince of Carcosa possibly be on the other side of this door? Oh, he is. Why you got your crotch in my face? Hello? Go up more. Jane? Is that you? It is hard to see with all this light in my eyes. I recognize this man. This is Edmund Elpin. Edmund Elpin, yeah. I hope you're doing well, Jane, despite the recent problems. The Crown Prince of Carcosa. It is fitting that I only remember the handsome prince from the terrible novel and not anything useful. such as whether or not he plans to smother me with ominous cushions. He did not appear to be smuggling ominous cushions when I carefully looked him over for security reasons. I am not prepared for this. What do I do now? I don't want to run, though. I want to see what his intentions are. Hello, Your Highness. Goodbye, Your Highness. Jane! I could have sworn that there was not a giant hedge in front of the manor. It was very dark last night. More importantly, I am a simple woman. When an ominous voice whispers choices in my ear, I expect those terrible choices to be honored. Forcing my body to run when I have chosen otherwise violates the spirit of the ominous voices. Should I not have been allowed to curse you so low that my knees escape from this stupid story? Think of my escaping knees. What are you talking about? It appears you doubt my guidance. Yes, I don't like you, but I want to see the prince. Is that my fiance or not? Is that my fiance? This is the Prince of Kirkosa. Yeah, fiance? Fiance's brother? I don't know. I want to see him, that's why I didn't run. Excuse you. Well, would you be pleased to listen to an ominous voice in your ear? Probably not. I'd be crazy. I sound crazy. I feel crazy. Point taken. Also, your advice is terrible. A good ominous voice will at least let me say something impressive, such as, "From the depths of oblivion, I cursed thee, before I had to do something stupid." Girl, what? You make me say, "Hello, Your Highness, goodbye, Your Highness." How can I be a good villainess with such pathetic words? That is not even addressing my ridiculous run. How you run? So you did not wish to run? I had no desire to run so far and hard, with some other force controlling my body. Fine. The decision is yours. You'll realize the truth soon enough. But I got this. And wish you had run even farther. You sound even more foolish now. Hello? Nobody could run any farther in a skirt than I did. Excuse you? Girl, look behind you. You don't feel that? So I am finally free of voices and in a scenic hedge. Okay. At least I can stop worrying about terrible romance novel fiancés until I catch my breath. This boy snuck. Creepy! Again, why you got your crotch in my face? Go up, go up. Dang, he looks fly. He looks real good. Weirdo? Dang, he's so pretty though. So, you did skip the hedge, Jane. Who is this man and why is he covered in leaves? Because he was hiding. He was hiding his... He was ducking behind pillars the whole time. Who is this man and why is he covered in leaves? Because he's a weirdo. Wait, I know him. This is Azel Kuze? Duke of the North. Duke of the North? Romance novels are terrible at naming places. Also, apparently, the only thing I remember from reading novels is the description of attractive men. Seems fair. And that is why it's important. Okay. I didn't listen to a word you were saying. And that's why it's important to determine whether it's a good hedge or a bad hedge before moving. You have to be careful about hedges, Jane. I do not want you to be hurt by a bad hedge. Okay, so I what? Do all the characters have their own little weird obsession? Jane's cushions, servants, walls or whatever, I forget what it's called. And now you with hedges? Somehow, I have missed everything Lorizel said. I will need to subtly change the subject to hide my inattention. Do you enjoy lurking in bushes, Lorizel? Sometimes I have to do things I do not enjoy in order to do things I do enjoy, though I wish these leaves would stop following me. Dugazel's presence forces me to realize that my situation is even more confusing than I imagined. I was so sure that Prince Edmund was the former fiancé that I was escaping, especially since... Okay, I'm confused. Especially since I was literally forced to escape from him. However, a Duke of the North who sneaks around bushes is both suspicious and a good candidate for being a bad romance novel male lead. Which of them was the fiancé who betrayed Jane and sent her into exile? I hope it's not you, because you're pretty. I really hope it's not you. You're too pretty. Unless, could one of these two men be the patron who helped Jane and me? Wait, who's talking? Who's talking? What do you mean Jane and me? Is this me? Unless, could one of these two men be the patron who helped Jane and me escape from prison and come here in the first place? Who is who? Is Prince Edmund a sparkly yet murderous fiancé, or an equally sparkly yet helpful patron? Is Lorizel a suspicious hedgeman? Well, yes, but is Lorizel also a former fiancé? Could he be my patron? How can I tell? Are you hurt, Jane? Did the bushes ambush you? Yeah, who wrote this story, for real? Why am I surrounded by people who want my destruction? Probably because they are jealous of how hard you have been training. Training for what? Pardon me? Jane, you have always been the hardest working person I know. Your enemies must have seen your efforts and grown jealous of you. They have? Then what should I do? Obviously, you must train hard to overcome all future trials. Luckily, I am here to help you. By the time I'm done training you, no one will doubt your strength, brilliance, and cunning. You will overcome every last obstacle. Does this strange Duke of the North even know what genre he's in? We are supposed to be in a bad romance, not an action adventure series. Perhaps I should have fought hard to stay with the prince dressed like a human chandelier. Yet that may be unfair. Dugazel may not be quite as obsessed with training as he seems on first impression. Perhaps he has other sides to his personality. Well, let's see. It is good to see you again, Jane. I've been waiting in these hedges for some time in hopes of our next meeting. Why? Well, at least he's not only interested in training and growing stronger, he's also obsessed with hedges. Having diverse interests is important. Yet this is still not helping me determine whether or not he is Lady Jane's fiancé, and whether he is training her to survive, or whether he wishes her to die in some sort of training accident. Still, I don't remember any male leads in romance novels being so focused on hedges. Then again, I don't remember any romance novel at all. Perhaps romances are mostly centered around hedge care? Unfortunately, I do not think the ominous voice is going to help me run anymore, so I have no easy way of leaving the situation. So how should I answer this hedgeman, who could be either friend or foe? I don't know. Oh. You are so rude. I hate this sign. What does this mean? Perfectly neutral. Yeah, kinda. Yeah, I just met him. Narrator, I just met him. Wait, is the face. I know what you value, and here is where you can discover the effects of your choices. What do you mean? I mean, he is very pretty. I do like looking at his face. In this very special gallery, there are a couple of... Let me see. Let me look at his eyes. Let me look in his eyes. Neutral. Yeah, he's neutral. Yeah. I knew that. I knew the answer already. Yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, no. He's not very emotion. Yeah, he's not very emotion. He's not very, he's not emoting. Perfectly neutral. Sorry, I don't feel like reading right now. I don't feel like reading that. Azelle is one part happy. So, as the story goes on, I also have to go check the gallery, see how people are feeling about me. I live to serve. Is the narrator the server? Is the narrator the server? You think? So how should I... Okay. Do you plan to prick me? How do you plan to train me? That's what I want to know. How do you plan to train me? He liked it. Jane, I'm glad you're ready for training again. After all that has happened. We will work to show your speed, strength, and cunning to all around you. Are you my sensei or something? What's going on? No one will dare doubt your abilities. Who is the author? I need to know. Unfortunately, Duke Azelle appears to be saying that I am surrounded by my enemies. And he's probably right. If that is the case, I really do need to train to get stronger. There are likely far too many people out to dismember me because of Lady Jane's villainous ways. She's not even that bad. She just bullied the little girl. A little harassment. It probably wasn't even... No, okay. First of all, harassment, no joke. But the way the story is going, I bet she just, bumped the girl a little bit. It's a terribly written romance. It's a terribly written novel, It's a terrible written book. So she probably didn't even do anything that bad. She probably just, spilled a drink. And did that little princess laugh. Something like that. I don't know. It probably wasn't even that bad. If that is the case, I really do need to train to get stronger. There are likely far too many people out to dismember me because Lady Jane's villainous ways. I should thank Duke Azelle for the excellent warning. Thank you, Duke Azelle, for letting me know about this threat. I will try to become more difficult to dismember. Perhaps that will prevent future blades from reaching me. Oh, if you have already had some blades pierce through you, it is all the more important to practice dodging. Obviously, my problem is that I have not spent enough time dodging. Do you know where I can find a tutor? I am more than willing to help you practice your skills, Jane. After all, I am very good at dodging and piercing. Oh, that's That's concerning a little bit. Watch it. That is a very good that is very good dodging. Whenever you're willing to see my piercing skill, I have my tool at the ready. I do not want to see that. But we should not yet talk about shielding hard weapons within you or anyone else. There are far more important tasks before we start training together. I have a list. Well, I had a list. Did you lose it among the bushes or when pricking soft women while training them? I do not prick women. I have never yet pricked a woman. After all, I am yet unmarried. And I have been very careful about doing my business in these bushes too. What are you talking about? And I have been very careful about doing my business in these bushes, so. I knew I had my list somewhere in my sleeves. Somewhere up my sleeves, I mean. Why does the list have flowers on them? Go to Jane's manor. This is my manor? Find Jane. Solve problems. This is so vague, sir. This is my manor? As you can see, there's only one step left. Duke Gazelle, I am morbidly curious about what the solve problems part of this list means. Are you here to help me? Am I the problem you are solving? You're always so clever, Jane. I wrote an entire list about your brilliance. It is nice that Duke Gazelle thought enough of me to include me in all 3 steps of his list. However, I should probably subtly see if he is as sneaky as his excellent hiding skills suggest. His hiding skills suck. What else might be concealed in those cleverly chosen words on his list? That list says problems, not problem. What else are you solving other than me? Jane, you're the cleverest person I know. How did you notice there were multiple problems? Because I know English? Plural? Exactly, reading is fundamental. I am very good at reading. I know what putting an S at the end of a word means. The heck? Of course you are. You have discovered my secret about the problems. The problem is... Yes? I do not know what all the other problems are, yet. But my list will reveal its secrets to me once I am able to handle the truth. After all, my father taught me to always listen to the heart of the list. Your father was a weirdo. Since you have found one of the truths in the list's heart, I should adjust the list to show what you discovered. Let us officially add you to the list. Go to Jane's manor, find Jane, solve problems with an S, and 3A, Jane. That's still a horrible list. Too vague. Now, all we need to do the follow-up. Now, all we need to do is follow my list, and the trouble will be over very soon. I see. I do not see. I think I am more confused than when I started, frankly. This story is so hard to read. Not like a... They talk in circles on purpose. It's like... This really is a terribly written novel. They nailed it. Because they're just talking in circles. Obviously, what I need to do is find a subtle way to learn more about what he is intending. I am impressed by plans. Your list is incomplete. I am impressed by plans. Your list is incomplete. I don't know. Your list is incomplete. While solving problems is an excellent step, what comes before solving problems? Or during solving problems? Or after solving problems? Well, before I start solving problems, I found you. Now I solve problems. There are no steps beyond solving problems. This is the end of the plan. You see? You see what I mean? They just talk in circles. Who wrote this? Yeah, whatever. Do you not want to write a longer step for solving problems? If there is a problem, you solve it. Then you are finished. Unless you are suggesting we create more problems so I can solve those too. What? I appreciate your suggestion, but we are already very busy, Jane. Who's we? That is far too much work to do. You mean us when you say we? If you were confused by my very complex plan, I hope that you now understand them. I went to your manor. I found you. Now I solve problems. It is a little more challenging to have you on the list as well, but I will find a way to make it work. Like that time we decided to learn how to do sword dancing. Sword dancing? We trained in sword dancing? Do you not remember when we decided to learn sword dancing? Of course I do. How can I forget that unforgettable time we decided to learn words? Of course I do. How can I forget that unforgettable time we decided to learn sword dancing? Say sword dancing one more time and see if I don't snap. Of course I do not. What kind of romance novel features sword dancing? I'm about to lose it. I'm going to accidentally murder myself if he hands me a sword. How can I possibly pretend to be Jane Neville, who frankly seems more amazing by the minute? All I need to do is be subtle, and I should be able to avoid his suspicion. Yes, sword dancing, my favorite hobby. It is unfortunate that we do not have any swords nearby to practice it again. Why would you say that? Sword dancing would have been such a great part of our training regimen. However, I am sure we can cope with this disappointment bravely. Very bravely, extremely bravely, with graceful bravery almost to the height of the house's wainscoting. You like sword dancing, Jane? But after we destroyed the gazebo, the hedge, and your father's beard, you told me that you never wanted to see me pricking anything ever again. Then you added, no swords either. But if you like swords... Uh-oh. Sword dancing. This will be very helpful for solving problems. How? I am sure it will. Was the problem with that list truly the lack of sword dancing? I will obviously need to sharpen my investigative genius if I hope to survive in Jane Neville's body. Who knew romance novels involve so much sword dancing? I suppose that sword training makes sense given how many enemies a villainess must have. Let's hope that Azel's cunning plan is not to have me murder myself. I am excited to see your sword handling skills again. In any case, moving away from my overwhelming passion for training with large dangerous objects, would you like to go into the house, Ducazel? It must have been a long ride here. Surely you need to rest and refresh yourself. Then, while he is resting and refreshing, I can go to the stables, steal his horse, and ride away to safety. If I'm able to live up to Jane's reputation as Villainess, this is the best way to do it. After all, I truly do not want to demonstrate my non-existent sword dancing skills. Even if Azelle does plan to train me, it would be hard to continue training sword skills that do not exist. What time is it? Oh, I understand. When I want something, I think everyone else wants the same thing too. If you're hungry, Jane, I will make sure that food's prepared for you. We always work up quite an appetite together. I will brave the hedge for you, Jane. I will make sure I can feed your appetite. He is very cute but very stupid. I do feel a little sorry for Duke Azelle. No, Azelle, since he keeps calling me Jane. He is very earnest and oblivious. Not as subtle as I am, girl. You are not subtle. I wonder if his angelic face and sweet words hide something more sinister. Perhaps it is time to think things over. So far, I have seen 2 men in this estate. It makes sense that one of them would be Jane's fiancé and the other her patron. So, is the very relatable and very normal Azelle Jane's helpful patron? Or is he her cruel fiancé? How can I possibly tell? Especially without letting these men know that I do not remember Lady Jane's past. How can I tell without letting them know I am not Lady Jane? What will these men do if they realize I am not Lady Jane? I think I need to find a horse to steal. To the stables. I just need to find the stables first. Right there, sis. Right there. Turn around. Do a 360, please. Right behind you. Were the stables always at the end of the pathway? Never mind. If life makes it easier to steal a horse, I do not ask too many questions. I wonder if I had to steal a horse, could I? I don't know how to get on top of one, though. That would definitely kick me. That big old wheel. What is that up there? What is that? You saw that? Why is that wheel moving like that? So where, oh yeah, where are the horses at? That's the more important thing, huh? So where are the horses hiding? Between the carriage that brought me here, and however anyone else arrived, there must be at least one horse here. Oh, I don't like the horse's eyes. Why is it talking to me? Are you looking for me? No, I refuse to believe that I read that kind of novel. Why would I read novels about enchanted animals that need a kiss to turn back into attractive men? This is obviously a mistake of some kind. I am obviously so grateful to see you that my desire to mount you is overwhelming my common sense. Well, Jane, I can certainly take you for a ride if that's what you want. Surely I did not have such bad taste in my past. I would know if I had such a desire for horse flesh. Who actually wishes to kiss a horse to get a worthy man? I am not quite sure I qualify as a stallion, but I will take the compliment. Why on earth would I ride a stallion? I thought you were a gelding. Jane, maybe you should look just slightly farther over. What do you mean? Oh, it wasn't the horse talking. It was this guy with his plaid pants. Go up, go up, go up. Oh, you pretty too. Not as pretty as what's his face, but you pretty too. You know I love me a white-haired character, so that's kind of hard to beat. But you cute too. I've missed you, Jane. Not horse. Ben? Thank goodness. I was afraid you were going to call me Lord Burren for the rest of my life. It's good to hear you say my name again. Ben Burren, only son of Duke Burren, childhood friend, and neighbor of Jane Neville. I am forced to realize that I truly do have an incredible memory for attractive men, and nothing else. Did Ben's exposed collarbone hypnotize me so much that I immediately blurted out a name that could only be used by someone very close to him? Ben is not upset, but I need to be less suspicious. Perhaps I can subtly change the subject. That's what you said last time. You look well, and not like someone who's about to murder me. That is true, although I am amazed that you can see me through all these petals. Why are there petals glowing in the stable anyway? I have no idea. Maybe someone was storing potpourri in the rafters, and the packets fell off when you came here. Does it matter? Those scented flower packets stink. Does that mean I'm going to spend the rest of my life smelling like the inside of a drawer? Think of it this way, Ben. What other foul-smelling objects could be floating through the air in the stable? Point taken. I will complain about the petals no further, even if they continue to rain down on me. Have you tried nicely asking the house to stop? For instance, you could say, "Please stop making me smell like the inside of my mother's linen closet." That is much better, though your flower fall was too cruel a punishment for so small a sin. It was not my fault you mistook me for a horse. Though I am impressed that you managed to control those petals. It wasn't me. The heck? Why do I throw petals at you? I don't know why Ben thinks I did something to make the petals stop. Has he not tried asking the house for what he wants? When I said I wanted things, the house has occasionally responded. 'Cause it must be your manor, right? Like Azel's list said. When I said I wanted things, the house has occasionally responded. I assume this is both because I asked for what I want, and because it helps advance this terrible story's plot. Still, if Ben has not learned how to work with the house, I might have an advantage over him. If he tries to murder me, I can summon one of my endless apples, and the loud crunching noises will distract him long enough for me to flee. However, before I make plans to run, I need to make him think I am sweet and useless, so he does not suspect me. It was cruel of you to pretend that animals can speak. To be fair, it was hard to reach you faster than Horse. He has always been bizarrely fond of you. Horse. Oh no, Jane. You do not get to pretend you do not know his name. If the horse's name is Horse? If I have to explain that name for 14 years, you cannot forget that you forced me to choose it. Well, he seems like the name. I mean, he's a horse, so... That's because Horse is, as you said, bizarrely fond of you. I assume it's because you have something special to attract him, and I have one guess. The apple? What do you use to wash your hair? Horse is always eager to sample it. So Horse does not want to murder me. This might help me eventually. Horse also has better taste in women than Jane's former fiancé, who I still do not remember. Of course, Ben's presence complicates the question of who Jane's fiancé is, and that is a thought for later. Right now, I need to decide just how friendly I want to be with this potpourri horseman, given who he might be in the story. Soak my hair in oats. Your commitment to beauty standards and animal care is what I most admire about you. Don't get too close to me now. I don't know you like that. Although, I suspect that your hair could attract more than Horse. Whoa! Truly, attracting Horse was an accident, really. I have been trying to lure squirrels to do my bidding. Wait, why on earth would I want to lure squirrels to do my bidding? I don't know why you say that. Oh, now he don't like that. He don't like that at all. Why on earth would you want to lure squirrels to do your bidding? Squirrels are nasty, terrifying creatures who kill you with a blank look in their beady little eyes. Did a squirrel... You got beef with squirrels? Did a squirrel kill your family or something? Ben? I see. You plan to use bloodthirsty squirrels against your enemies. By the blood. The way you might... Okay? By the blood, the way your mind works makes me dizzy with amazement at my brilliance? Yes, among other things. Yeah, I don't trust you. Ignoring your brilliance, if you still are worried about attracting a horse, you need not to be concerned. Your hair is lovely, with or without an additional scent. Almost as lovely as it is to see you again. You are so... I'm so... Have you lost your voice? Are the words you are thinking too disturbing to share? Of course not. It's just that Horse missed you. Will Horse be flattered to know that I miss him too? I will have to thank him personally. Where is Horse? I could have sworn he was right beside me. He's right here, behind you. Oh, he is very clever. Horse managed to find himself an open stall with food where he can still stare levelly at you. Ooh. I could have sworn that stall had bars in front of it. Surely Horse is not capable of removing bolted planks with his teeth. That's terrifying. I need to pay more attention to my surroundings. I obviously am imagining things when I need to remember what I see. As it is, I need to be polite but distant with Ben until I remember more. It is important that I do not say anything that will be misinterpreted as cruel or cold. I hope your heavy weight did not inconvenience poor Horse, since you rode him all the way here. Why would you say that? Trust me, Jane, I did not inconvenience Horse in the least. Horse is very fond of my weight. Are you also fond of my inconvenient weight? Is that a threat? Is Ben threatening to squash me with his bulk? Or aim other parts of his body at me? Those collarbones qualify as dangerous weapons, and those bare forearms are also alarming. Look at how muscular and powerful they are. Surely there is some way to defeat Ben's cunning plan to overwhelm me with his body. Is a circus missing its clown? Why would I say that to him? You have no idea how much I have missed you. Sure, this story's already ridiculous. Is the circus missing its clown? After all, I'm not sure who else would have so many jokes to share. You woo me, Jane. I like to think of myself as more of a well-dressed fool. Are you trying to make me let my guard down? You are obviously no fool. I am glad that you agree that I am well-dressed. On the other hand, while I may not be a fool, I am no clown either. After thinking about it, I have to agree. You are not nearly as amusing as me. Jane, you once asked me, what do you call a fly without wings? And then immediately answered, a walk, without pausing for a breath. Fly, walk. That is brilliance. That was creative genius. Nobody can tell a joke like I can. You know what? I agree. Jokes aside, I am glad that you found a slightly less used outfit to wear. It makes it much easier for us to frolic in this delightful estate that only appears to be partially on the verge of collapse. I'm impressed that you noticed my change in clothes. Does this mean Ben saw me in my previous outfit? This changes everything, because there are only a few people who could have seen me in that ragged dress. Yet, is he possibly referring to some other outfit? I need to pay attention to what he says. Now that I'm living in this manor, as it beautifully falls apart around my ears, I need to dress appropriately. Does that mean your dress comes equipped with a shield for falling bricks? Uh, bricks. This is the wainscoting you should fear. Oh, you think it's so funny, huh? You think it's so funny. Ben, you need to breathe as well as laugh. I remember Ben. Something in me knows him. I know that Jane grew up with him and spent countless hours in his company. I remember nearly nothing about Jane, but I remember Ben. I don't quite trust Ben. I don't know why. So why am I so afraid to trust him? I need to see if I can get an actual, non-joking answer from him. Ben, you are not here to judge my fashion choices, so why are you here? Jane, you wound me. I always have time for your fashion choices. If Duke Buren will not let me wear a lace-covered gown, then who but you could model it for me? I can see why your father would object. If you continue to show as much skin as you do, the lace would have to be attached to your flesh. You can understand why I urgently need to see you. What? Why? I actually do not. Why are you here, Ben? Where else would I be? I will always race to be by your side whenever you need me. So you had decided that I needed you? I'd hope you needed me. Once I have settled horse, we need to speak seriously. I have never run as hard or as fast as I did today. Once horse is well, we need time to discuss all that has happened. Preferably over a cup of tea. Assuming, of course, that the tea in the manor is not as decaying as literally everything else here. Well, I could eat the apples, so hopefully the tea will be fine. Maybe I can impress Ben with my courage or my knowledge of the house. I am not afraid of tea. I have apples. Do you like apples? So you do not wish to drink tea with me? Wait, where are you getting apples from? I don't know, the house? Huh? It is always valuable to keep an apple on you. After all, an apple a day keeps... Why did you have to leave the screen? That's a terrifying noise. Oh no, Jane. Now you've done it. Done what? Oh, the horse is gone. What do you mean? Real buck teeth. The only thing that rivals horse's love for you is his love for apples. Perhaps I need to reconsider my plans. I will need to sell horse again before we can speak. Yes, after you care for horse, come to the manor. We shall have tea together, since we should avoid apples. It is obvious we have a lot to discuss. I think I'll take horse for a quick ride, because he is too worked up to immediately put him in the stall. You seem to understand very well. Take him for a good ride. Just know that I will waste no time taking the best tea desserts for myself. I would expect no less from you. After all, time is a terrible thing to waste. I don't know about Ben, y'all. I don't know about Ben. I don't know about him. What y'all think? What y'all think? Oh no. Oh, that horse is scary. That horse is scaring me. Oh no. Oh no. I need to go wash my hair now. I told you that the sun is not... See you for tea. Now I need to think. About everything. By the blood, what happened during those final moments with Ben? What was that? Who is that? We were having a perfectly pleasant horse spittle soaked conversation, huh? When all of a sudden, who is that? My head began to ache and I heard Ben's voice say, "Time is a terrible thing to waste," in an oddly distorted voice. Well, he's much better at hiding than, what's his face? That was not even the worst of it. Immediately after Ben spoke, I heard my voice say, "Ben, are you here too?" He moves fast. Only that was not my voice, was it? It was the voice of the actual Jane Neville, the villainess who should be trying to survive this terrible story. Girl, turn around. I don't know who that is. Unfortunately, the villainess could not just tell me what Ben had planned. Lady Jane said, "Ben, are you here too?" He's real close. He's real close. But what was Ben here to do? Help me? Murder me? Serenade me with a song about horses' eating habits? What kind of weapon was that in his hand? I'm not worried about Ben right now. I'm worried about this guy. Oh, you again. Well, it seems that... No, I can't focus. It seems as if you could use a sympathetic ear and perhaps some other assistance. Please. I thought you had planned to leave me alone to make my own choices that I would regret forever. I'm not sure that is exactly what I said, but I'm not making your choices for you. I'm here to listen. Girl, if you don't hit that real fast for me, just turn your head a little bit. Where's your peripheral? Come on. I will avoid providing more warnings for now. I am more interested in your thoughts. For one, I thought I understood what was happening with Ben until I heard both his voice and my voice in my mind. Now I have to worry about Ben being the male lead. This is despite the fact that childhood friends are supposed to be loving, ultimately disposable, and terrible romance novels. Until I heard those voices, I was convinced that a childhood friend could never win over the heroine. Thus, Ben could never be the former fiancé who betrayed Lady Jen. Did you not see Lord Burin's collarbones? I admit that it was a terrible mistake not to take Ben's collarbones into account. However, I was too hypnotized by them myself to realize the danger. So you realize Ben Burden, his name was a tongue twister. So you realize Ben Burin is a potential danger to you. The danger is right here. One of these men should be the fiancé who betrayed me, and the other should be the patron who saved me. As for who Ben is, Ben, are you here too? Could be followed by help me or harm me, so it could fit either of those roles. Oh my goodness. So it will be easy to determine which role Ben Burden fits. But that is the problem. Ben and the childhood friend is not the only man in the manor. I also met Edmund, the Crown Prince, and Azel, the Duke of the North. I like Azel. So now I must deal with 3 men and 2 roles. That seems like a very confusing math problem. Yes, especially since I have no idea why I have a 3rd wild card here. I do not even know which man is my patron and which is my fiancé. So what am I supposed to do with a 3rd? Make him my hedge trimmer? It seems as though you could use a guide who could help you. Are you volunteering for the role? I'm always willing to give you a nudge in the proper direction. Does this nudge involve taking control of my body, as you did when you made me run from Prince Edmund? Why should it matter if the choice is yours or mine, if the choices are the same? The person making the choice matters most of all. If I must live through a wretched story that seems determined to torture me, I need to control my own destiny. Even if you mean well, even if you are truly trying to help me, even if you are right, I must be the person who controls my fate. I don't understand. Why made you run? You called it a terrible choice. Yet you believe it was a good choice when you ran on your own? Well, yes, I am perfectly capable of making terrible choices on my own. I never denied that. Sometimes the choices I make will be terrible, or will seem terrible to someone like you. But they are still my choices. This is my life I am risking. What happens to me must be my responsibility. What's your deal? I am afraid that I do not understand. Look, it seems as if you wish to help me. Goodness knows you might be the only one. However, you can help me by respecting that I would rather bet my life on my own investigative genius than be someone else's puppet. I will take responsibility for my own actions and for my fate. However, I will always be grateful for your wise suggestions and advice. Girl, aren't I making all the decisions for us? I thought I'm doing all the work. What in the world? Why'd he grab a bush? No, that's a sword. Does that mean I can still send you an ominous warning once in a while? Please do. That's a very sharp looking sword. Only as long as they are the most ominous warnings. Behind you. That seems fair. Beware strangers bearing bushes. Now that was a good warning. I am now ready to proceed. Somewhere. Girl, get back in the manor, please. That looks as good a place as any. Hopefully I shall eventually find some food that is not apples on my journey. Yeah, this place looks old. What are you doing? How does the house manage to look ominous during the day? Truly, there are no end of ominous objects here. If I remember the ominous voice warning, then I should also check one object in particular. The hedge? The bushes? The hedge? Are you a naughty bush? Why are you talking to it? You seem to be an ordinary boxwood bush. Still, that does not mean you cannot be naughty. I'll be keeping my eye on you. I do not think I'm very naughty. Nobody thinks they're naughty. Well, technically, I've heard small children say they have been naughty before they start shrieking and spill strange liquid on me. I am very confused. Me too. Not again. Why am I looking at this bush? Go up, go up, go up. You are the shiniest bush I've ever seen. Is it naughty to blind people with your light? Shiny? Do you mean that all the metal on me is shiny? Girl, turn around. You never turn around. I suppose even if you are a strange male lead, you still need to have some kind of fancy decoration somewhere. I don't know what else I would expect from a tale set in a manor like this. This is a gorgeous manor. Is the metal you just mentioned reflecting enough light to interfere with your vision? If it bothers you, I will reduce the reflection. Thank you for the advice. So he has light shining around him. The other guy has a whole bunch of leaves. And then the last guy, he had petals. Prince Edmund? I called the Crown Prince of Carcosa a naughty bush after previously running away from him. Even if he was not already planning to murder me, surely now he wanted me dead. Please, Jane, could you please call me Edmund again? Are the men in this novel very cunning, or just strangely unbothered by insults? All the better for me. I just need to handle the situation very subtly, and there will not be any problems. Girl, you are not subtle at all. Hello, Edmund. I was definitely not at all concerned that you were going to murder me on the spot. I'm happy to call you by the name I definitely remember calling you. Edmund. Hello, Jane. I, too, am behaving very normally. I'm not at all nervous about seeing you again. I also definitely did not crouch down in the bush to be able to look you in the eye. It was perfectly normal for us to stare at each other through a bush for a long period of time. Bushes are very interesting. Absolutely. There is nothing like a lush bush to make someone want to stare and sink their face into it, like we did. This is going very well. No, it's not. Still, I will have to be careful because Edmund seems to be nearly as still as I am. So Edmund, we have somehow met yet again. Is there a reason you have come to see me? I have many reasons. Too many reasons to speak of right now. At least not before we have some tea. Why does everybody want to drink tea with me? I don't drink tea. I don't like tea. Anyway, in happier news, you look very healthy, Jane. And not as though you plan to run from me. I definitely am not planning to run. Yes, she is. I am definitely planning to run. I am glad. After all, I was able to find you because I knew you would be running in circles since it's too hard to run in squares. Girl, you are so funny. You have such a great sense of humor. No, she doesn't. So do you. I am so glad to laugh with you again. Perhaps this meeting can bring more pleasure than pain. Ah, a chance for me to wittily or to subtly express my concerns. Yeah, I'll just say this. I only unsheathed my blade to polish it. This is deeply concerning. If Edmund is frequently polishing his blade, that must mean he is frequently using his blade. How often do you polish your blade? Is polishing followed by repeatedly sheathing your blade into unsuspecting women? Repeatedly sheathing? Just polishing my blade takes all my energy. How could I... Are you shaking? You're a swordsman, are you not? All crown princes are. How could you possibly be exhausted by polishing your sword? We're talking about swords? What do you think I was talking about? What do you mean? What did you think I was talking about when you said this? What else were we discussing? We would discuss something that has a lot of hard wood. Huh? What? The manor. The manor has very interesting architecture. I was able to get much better look at how unusual designs in the manor were when I was trapped in the entrance to this place. Trapped? What do you mean? I tried to follow after you when you left, but the door closed and then locked behind you. On the positive side, by the time I was able to exit, I had memorized the design of the wainscot. I'm tired of this. Can y'all stop mentioning that? Y'all are... I had memorized the designs of the wainscoting. It is an interesting pattern. Did you know that there is wainscoting in the ceiling? Did you know that it could fall on us and crush us? Because it wasn't built correctly? Or it's old? Unfortunately, yes. However, I want to know more about how you were trapped. It is very strange. The door refused to open when I tried it. Then, once I had focused my attention entirely on the most delightful molding, I turned around and the door was wide open. I went out and you were nowhere to be seen. But then there you were. Did you run because you were attacked by the cat molding? It did look very suspicious, even if it is beautiful. Edmund is obviously very clever to notice the danger and beauty of the wainscoting. But does that mean he's telling the truth about what happened to him? Did the house truly prevent him from coming after me when the choice to run was made for me? Does that mean the house will no longer help me if I will not accept the voice's help? I cannot go any longer without knowing this. I already used Apple. I have saved my address, so... Apple! Where? So where? Jane? I need an apple. I could see if there's some in the pantry in the manor. No need. The house still loves me. I am very interested in hearing more about your thoughts. This house, sorry. He said where? Apple, where? I am very interested in hearing more about your thoughts on this house and how you managed to conceal an apple in that dress. Well, I didn't hear a word you said. I'm still not over that. Where? I have always enjoyed our debates about architecture. Well, that was because you enjoyed seeing me get so excited that I jumped higher than the house. Because the house cannot jump. Y'all think y'all so funny, but y'all not. I promise you, you're not. I'm going to enjoy spending time with you, Jane. Emma plans to spend time with me here. Why? I need to find more information. Are you here to stop my evil? Are you here to solve mysteries? I don't know. Oh, I understand. Edmund has already proven that he is cunning and clever. Perhaps he's also an investigative genius. Perhaps Edmund is even the patron who saved me because he needed another investigative genius to help solve these mysteries. Be honest, Edmund. Are you here to solve mysteries? Or to investigate the dangers of wainscoting? Jane, you're as brilliant as ever. How did you know that I was here to solve mysteries and destroy problems? Because the white-haired guy is here to do the same thing. Nobody understands subtly like I do. I am concerned about your focus on problems, though. You do not have a list, do you? A list? I usually just solve problems in my head. So you too good for a list? Is that what you're saying? Then you are an investigative genius too. I am so flattered to hear you compare me to yourself. I have always dreamed of being as perceptive as you. It's as pleasing as seeing that I have improved my jokes enough to satisfy your sophisticated sense of humor. Of course I appreciate your jokes. After all, no one could be more talented than either of us in either investigation or comedy. Still, as brilliant as we both are, We will need to make maps and sketch out suspects. And he's also a suspect, don't forget that. What would happen if we could not tell a suspicious piece of wainscoting from a suspicious dresser? What are you saying? I only hope that you are as good as an artist as you are an investigative genius. Don't worry, Jane. I will always be able to draw conclusions. I'm glad that I'll be working with you. However, I do want to know something, Edmund. I'll be happy to sketch you whenever you choose. That would be... No, I will not be distracted. Why exactly are you here? I'm here to make sure you get into no further trouble. The only way I will not get into further trouble is if I'm dead. Does this mean you plan to kill me? Or at least that you only get into trouble with me. Trouble with you? Are you planning to cause my problems to mount? No, I intend to cause perfectly innocent trouble. Trouble that does not involve mounting in any way. My mind is always making perfectly innocent plans. What sort of plans are you speaking of? Our plans, after all. We always love discussing our plans for the country together. Did you know that the wainscoting in the parlor of the kingdom's palace was first designed in... I don't care. Edmund and I have plans for the country. The only people who plan together are people who are intimately involved. Was I his investigative genius? Did I serve as an aide to the crown? Was he my fiancé? Jane, are you alright? You seem lost in thought. Pardon me. Forgive me, but have you forgotten our past plan? Did your time in prison harm your memory? Edmund knows that I was in prison. This is an alarming thought for later, but I have an even more alarming immediate concern. I cannot let anyone know that I do not remember this terrible story. Even more importantly, that I am not actually Lady Jane Neville. Edmund must never realize that I am not the Lady Jane that he once knew. He and the other men might end up pricking me with their swords if they learn that I am not the woman they want me to be. How can I subtly distract Edmund from his suspicions? Our plans make me dizzy with joy. You are my best plan. Dizzy with joy. Our plans make me dizzy with joy. They do? I am lightheaded at the very thought of our many, no doubt amazing plans that I definitely remember and do not fear at all. So you'll be happy to draft that 37-page report on the condition of linen in the poorest communities in Carcosa? No! Of course, I love reports and linen. I love neither reports nor linen. Jane Neville was brave beyond my understanding. If she was willing to wear coarse linen and write about the experience. Oh my goodness. And then once we have crept out of the dark alley and avoid... Huh? What kind of plan? And then once we have crept out of the dark alley and avoid potential death, we can... What? Once the squirrels get involved, they will be unable to resist supporting our demands. Since we can no longer count on the... What? When you swing down to the royal audience chamber with the children singing behind you, I know you can avoid the shadow guard and their deadly poisons because we practiced. Edmund. Yes? Edmund, I think it's best that I keep track of which plans that we should be following. I am dizzy with delight. What plan was that? What kind of crime are you planning? I am dizzy. He said squirrels. Me swinging. What in children? Oh my goodness. I am dizzy with delight at the thought of revisiting them. Even if it angers Edmund, I cannot allow a plan that involves both singing children and squirrels. I'm so glad, Jane. I'm so glad and so grateful. I have missed. I will follow any plans you want, Jane. Any plans at all. Are you sure about that, Edmund? After all, if you don't understand one of my plans, we might not be able to use it. I might need to explan it. Yeah, no, not funny. Plans or ex-plans. I'm happy to follow your lead, Jane. As you should. Are you sure we cannot use a squirrel? No. I cannot tell if Edmund's insistence on rodents is because he has a cunning plan to test whether or not I am Jane Neville, or because he needs someone like me to make plans for him. Either way, I must come up with a way to stop Edmund from suspecting me. Unfortunately, he is the most subtle man that I have met so far. While I enjoy speaking with you, I am exhausted from all that has happened to me. It has been so challenging to fight off both the wainscoting and my very real memory of being in prison that I cannot think of anything but my pain. Oh, Jane, I truly regret all the pain you have experienced and all the cruelties you have endured. If there's anything I can do to help you, I'm sure you would do whatever you could to help me, Edmund, though perhaps we can speak of something better than bitter memories. Especially since I don't remember these bitter memories. Of course, Jane. As always, I would gladly do anything you ask me to. In truth, Yes, Edmund? I'm grateful that after all that we have been through, we are reunited once again. However, I am most grateful that you are once again Jane in all ways. What do you mean by that? Jane in all ways? What does that even mean? I was so worried that... Yes? What were you worried about, Edmund? Edmund, are you well? Yes, I am. More importantly, I was worried. I just hope that neither of us need to experience what we went through again in the future. I hope not. With luck, I can avoid further difficulties in the future. No matter how many bad romance novels I was foolish enough to read. Bad romance novel? Never mind. I just remembered that I am definitely the Jane you have always known. How could Edmund not be convinced by my incredible display of subtlety? Now's my chance to be even more subtle and convince him to help me leave this house. If you like the Jane, who you know I most definitely am, I have an even better suggestion. Once I'm away from this manor, I can continue being a perfectly normal Jane each and every day. Yes, I too am the Edmund you have always known, unless you want me to be a different Edmund. In which case, wait. Away from this house? Jane, you know it will be some time before... Before what, Edmund? Before tea? Before the wainscoting eats us? Or do you mean before I can leave here? Jane, you are free to do as you wish here. I know this place might not be as you used to, but if there's anything I can do to comfort you... Comfort me, Edmund. I know that you're trying to help me, but do you know what would comfort me? Probably not me telling you a joke about the difference between a hedgehog and a sheathed sword. Oh, what's the answer? On a hedgehog, the pricks are on the outside. Y'all are not funny. No, you cannot distract me with your comedic genius. Be honest, Edmund. Why can I not leave the house as I please? Jane, I have no more ways to persuade you. However, please remember that I promise you that you will not regret trusting me. Even if your father... My father? Yes, your father and mother will both want... Why should I care what they want? After all, the beloved family of Jane Neville has already demonstrated how much they care for her. Yes, your family has definitely shown how much they care for you by not helping me when I needed them the most, and now leaving me to stay in a strange house in the middle of nowhere with a man who speaks of nothing but pricking. Is that how you see the situation? Why does my head hurt? Why does my heart hurt? Oh, Edmund. Why did the clock fail to become a chef? Because he ran out of time? Or time. Not funny. I don't know how much time I have to prove myself to you, Jane, but I promise I will do everything I can to be worthy of your trust. Trust. I trust that you can make me smile. I will do everything I can to bring joy in all ways, my lady. I do not care what it costs me. Why did I say that? Why did he say that? What's going on here? I need Edmund to leave so I can think. Shall we head back into the house? I am truly exhausted and want nothing more than a cup of tea. I'll be happy to arrange that. Surely there must be an unmolding tea bag somewhere in this place. Perhaps it's hiding in the baseboards. Huh? Then I shall wish you luck on the adventure, Edmund. Make sure to prepare a delicious tea for us. If you can bring a dozen little cakes as well, I might even forget what pain is. I will do my best. The manor's wainscoting will hide nothing from me. Okay. Unfortunately, if Edmund looks there, all he shall find are apples. You look exhausted, Jane. Let me brave the house for you. I'll find the little cakes of your dreams. Little cakes, here I come. Oh gosh. So am I not supposed to follow after him? Please don't. I thought you wished for a moment to think. Oh, is it time for one of the chats again? Who do you find the most attractive? Whoa. What? Why in the world? What? Why is the world going dark? You know, I kind of like Edmund too. I like these two, but I'm gonna go with him. Azelle. Yes. Why are you making me feel guilty about it? What is wrong with a man who enjoys some undergrowth? After all, it means that his beloved does not need to worry about constantly trimming things. Oh my goodness. Her gardens can flourish in all their glory. I know. Dirty joke, dirty joke, dirty joke. I'm not sure if you even know what you're implying. Oh, are you being mysterious again? You could learn a thing or two about being clear from Azelle. He's open about everything he does, whether it's swinging his cane, writing his list, or pricking women with a sword. Remember, Azelle said he will only prick a woman after matrimony. Did you finally realize what the Duke meant when he spoke of pricking women? Of course I do. To be fair, I am not convinced the Duke understood it either. But still, you are not disturbed by his pricking? Of course not. After all, Azelle was clear about his interest in sword dancing. So if I am truly attracted to him, I will need to grab a sword at some point and prick him several times. Only then can I see his personal book. Okay. Lois, are you fine? I do not think I will ever be fine again. Seriously though, what was that? I'm trying to avoid being murdered. I don't have time to contemplate how gorgeous everyone here is. I must focus on the danger around me, like the ominous warnings you previously provided. Danger? Like the danger hiding inside those men's trousers? What are you talking about? Oh, you mean the security measures that I was taking when I was searching for ominous cushions? Searching for ominous cushions? Is that what you were doing when you were looking over the men's trousers? Oh! Is that what she was looking at? Yes. There are only so many places where cunning men can store dangerous cushions to use as weapons. Trousers make the most sense. If you say so. I'm very concerned about stuffing. If you say so. That is a valid concern. Is it? Unfortunately, I could not find any cushions, no matter how hard I looked. So here I am, stuck with the potpourri horseman, the peeping hedgeman, and the human chandelier. So it seems. We have much more interesting conversations when we focus on helpful ways for me to avoid danger. Why ask me stressful questions? So you're saying that if the question is focused on danger... What? Who is the most dangerous in the house? Ben. An interesting choice. Do you suspect a childhood friend has hidden depths? His depths are as hidden as your eagerness to keep giving me questions that I have no time to consider. I thought this question might be of use to you. I also admit that I am curious about what depths you see in a man who bears all, even his chest. This is a more useful question, although I am beginning to miss the ominous warnings. Ben, the problem is that he is not nearly as open as you're saying. He dances around questions and laughs, and I forget not only what I'm doing, but my name. You don't know your name? Well, he makes me forget my new name then. The point is that this is a terrible romance novel, and Ben is stunningly attractive. You have mentioned his collarbones a few times, and so have you. However, do you have any evidence to support your idea? Collarbones are not generally murder weapons, and neither are cushions. Take that back. Take that back. Cushions by themselves are not, What kind of investigative genius do you think I am? Thank goodness. I was afraid you were going to call me Lord Burren for the rest of my life. There, is it not obvious? I am afraid I need a little more information. Do not worry, that is why I am the investigative genius. Ben greeted me by being surprised but happy that I was referring to him as Ben. He expected me to call him Lord Burren, but why would Jane Neville's childhood friend, someone she has known closely for at least 14 years, when she named his horse? Why would that kind of friend expect Jane to call him a formal, distant name? What happened between them? Apparently, you were not hypnotized by his collarbones. Oh, I was, but my mind is an amazing place. I cannot disagree. That is not all my evidence. I have never ridden as hard or as fast as I did today. Once horse as well, we need time to discuss all that has happened. Ben rode at a great pace to get here, but how did he even know where here is? By his own admission, he and Jane were calling one another by formal names. So how did he know she was at this manor, and why did he feel necessary to get there as quick as possible? It does seem unlikely that he merely wanted to see you look exquisite in lace. Honestly, that would be a perfectly reasonable explanation if I didn't know that Ben would look better than I would in this outfit. For a man so concerned about fitting, I am afraid that I do not fit into his plans for his future. Does that necessarily result in murder? You are the one who has alerted me to the fact that even bushes might kill me. Why should I not also fear sharpened collarbones? Point taken, although I still say the arms are more dangerous. Thank you, ominous voice, for helping me collect my thoughts. I admit that while I was skeptical about your question, it did help me focus on my investigative genius. That achievement justifies everything that I just experienced. Still, while I am thankful for your support, I somehow feel worse than ever. After all, even if I know who the most suspicious and probably murderous being in this manor is, I have no concrete evidence against them and no way to defend myself should they attack me. What could I even do? Ask the house for supply apples to use as ammunition? If you continue to respect the wainscoting, That might be a viable strategy. But what if I do accidentally insult the wainscoting? What if I express the wrong kind of interest in hardwood? What happens to me if the house abandons me? My lady, life and death are two leaves of the same vine. To grow the leaf you want, you must first seed the vine. Huh? I appreciate your attempts at consolation, or even worse, advice. But even more than that, I would appreciate a murder weapon. One that I could use to fend off an attempt on my life. I see. Does that mean that you are willing to kill any of the inhabitants of this house? Should they try to harm you? If I'm being truly honest, no. Yeah, that terrifies me, but I don't believe that my enemy would hesitate to kill me. Worse still, my enemy has to be one of these people who are pretending to care for me. It is cruel to be trapped in a narrative beyond your control. I thank you for your understanding. There's something horrifying being trapped within a character that a story is determined to destroy. I don't understand why someone would enjoy creating a character doomed to be destroyed, no matter what that character did. You ever heard of angst? It's a very popular genre. Unfortunately, there are those who believe that in order for themselves to win, someone else must lose. What a cruel and wrong way to see the world. If my investigative genius succeeds, everyone around me succeeds. Why would anyone want to destroy that success? Well, some people are cruel and wrong. So what do you do when someone that terrible controls your fate? In the end, all anyone can do is make choices that reflect their values and decide which companion should join them on their journey. But what if one of the companions wishes to destroy me? What if? What if? Ben? No. Hey. I did it. Dang, okay, dang, where do I even start with that? Where do I even start, y'all? Where do I... You control the villainess of a very, very bad romance novel. And yeah, very bad romance. Yeah, it's bad. All the characters are weirdos. The main character's a weirdo. The cushions are weird. The walls are weird. What? Okay. And they talk in circles. Who wrote this? Who wrote this novel? I need to know. But overall that was very fun. My head is not okay though. My head is spinning. My brain is gone. Because that was like nonsense. I don't know. That was all I can say is that was fun. It was fun. But my brain is donezo. And like I said, they talk in circles. And it's so hard to keep up with them. Like, oh, I was stumbling over my words because they talk funny. I do not know this. Oh, I am this. I am this. But anyway, I think I'm gonna end it right here. If you like the game, go ahead and wishlist it. And like I said in the beginning, the Kickstarter just started today. Well, as of filming, it just started today. Go support the Kickstarter. I'll leave a link in the description along with the Steam link. And yeah. So thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow me on my social media, so below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.